We live in a creative world, and pretty much all of us have creative ideas that we want to shoot. We have short films, scripts, commercials, music videos, all sort of things that are out there that we intend to shoot. But I'm not going to lie, the problem that most of us face, the one thing that most of us face a lot is, number one, is the finances. Having finances to be able to do your project can be one of the biggest hindrances that most of us face, right? Because sometimes we have so many ideas that we would want to shoot, but we may not have the finances to be able to shoot it. In this project that I'm currently working on, that I'm coming up, luckily for me, I did a video, I think a couple weeks ago, where I talked about how I was able to work on a very big film set, a film production that I was able to make money from it. So what I'm currently doing to finance this project that I'm working on is the money that I made from my last 2-3 posts about the film, about the big production that I was able to get on. After, paying my bills and, I'm saving some and moving money around and doing this, I was able to have some money saved, right? I was able to come up with some, small amount of money that I'm currently going to use this money to finance this project that I'm doing, right? I wish the money was bigger. I wish I had more budget to be able to at least pay a lot of people, as I was already saying in my previous post. But at least I have enough money to be able to pay for the location. I had to go rent a place. So I'm renting a big house, a whole house to use for the shoot. So I had to go rent a house. Right now, when I check the finances, the people that are going to be on this production, they're being able to pay for food, snacks, all the crafty stuff that we need, all those things are gonna, need money to be able to do that. I was also talking to my production designer and then my set designer to come up with ideas on how we are going to decorate the set and then all that. That one too alone is also going to cost me money. Another aspect, another thing too that is coming up is like wardrobe and stuff. So it's like there is so much stuff that this project needs money for that I had to find a way to allocate money to be able to pay it, right? So sometimes it's really hard because let's say you don't have a lot of money going around. There's not a lot of cash that you have saved. It's hard to be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna invest this amount of money into this project. But I believe that with every project that you are coming up, try to at least save some money, right? Save some money to be able to input that money into the project. Don't try to say, okay, because if you don't have the finances, if you don't have any money, there is no way. I just don't see it. Maybe someone has done it before. There is no way that you can do a project that you will not go on to spend some kind of money. If you don't have the money, right, to finance your project, one thing that I will say is always start small and then always make sure that the projects that you have, you can be able to shoot it, even if you don't have the finances, right? So like right now, I have a short film that I'm currently writing with a friend of mine that after we wrote the script and everything, we realized that, hey, we may probably not have the money to be able to finance this project, right? Currently, we don't have it, so we have to figure out ways and means to be able to shoot it. Initially, I came across a script and I remember I told the scriptwriter, I was like, hey, this script is really nice. You have a very nice idea. You have this, but between the two of us right now, we don't have the money to be able to shoot it. So let's work on another script, right? That at least we may have the cash, the finances to be able to afford it. And then as we are building our career and we are going, once we come across some money and then some grant and stuff, we can revisit this project and shoot it, right? I think sometimes being creative, sometimes we have this idea that we have an idea, we have a concept, and we have to shoot it right now, right? Sometimes if you think your finances cannot be able to help you shoot the project right now, it is okay to keep the project for a later time, right? Maybe you wanted to shoot the project in January, but in January, for the past 4 months leading to January, you've not really have a very big production going around. So if you don't have a very big production, if you've not been on a very big production leading to January and you want to shoot this thing in January, you know that right now in January, you don't have the money to be able to shoot it. It will be better to be like, okay, cool. Why don't I wait till summertime and then I give myself maybe 6 months to raise the money, to save some money and revisit the project, right? And then maybe right now with whatever idea that I have right now, I can shoot it and then make it work for now. right? A typical example is, I think around last year summertime, I got some lenses and I was like, cool, I'm going to test out this lens to shoot like a small running commercial. I had this big idea on how I wanted the commercial to be, right? But later on, I realized I didn't have the finances, I don't have the money to be able to do it. So what I did was I scaled down the production for it. I scaled it down very, very small in order to be able, so it was just me, and then I called a friend of mine, and then I took a couple clips, and then I showed him for the running commercial, and I was able to make it work to the standard I was okay with it. Would I have loved to make it really, really big? Absolutely, I would have loved to make it big, but I realized that with the way that I wanted it to be bigger, I didn't have the finances to do that. Even my short film that I did around February time for the Valentine's Day commercial, for the Valentine's Day short film that I did, ideally, I would have wanted to have a sound guy on set, a gaffer, a first ACN and all this. I would have wanted to have so many people on set to make it look good. But at the end of the day, the first thing was because scheduling was a problem. And then even the location that I was going to shoot, I had to go all the way to Pickering. So it was going to be very hard to move crew to Pickering. And I couldn't afford them. So I scaled the production down. I took some of the script out in a way that I can know, okay, this is like I have the strength to be able to do this, right? So sometimes you can come up with an ideas, you can come up with shots, different stuff that maybe you will need certain kind of shots. If you think that right now you don't have the finances to be able to do it, number one, I would say you can scale down the idea. You can maybe change certain things in the script to make it work for you. If you think scaling down the script or scaling down the production is not something that you are willing to do, one thing that I would also say is that look into maybe shooting at a later time that you think you can get the money to do it. Because sometimes when the idea comes, like you are filled with so much adrenaline and you're like, okay, let's go shoot it. But then you realize, okay, you don't have the money to shoot it. So it's okay to be like, okay, I have this idea, I have this concept, it's in the vault, and I'm slowly saving money to work towards it, right? You don't necessarily have to shoot the project just like that. Like this project that we are working on, I had the idea around like last year, around last year, November, around last year Thanksgiving. That's when I had this idea. I didn't have the money, and I knew I've had this project in the vault for a very long time. And I was looking to shoot it and get it done. Even I wanted to shoot it way earlier. But then I had to put certain things in preparation. When I went to do my last production, the one that was like 1 month of production, when I went to do it and I came across some money, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to invest that money into this project that I have coming up, right? So sometimes you don't necessarily have to shoot the projects right there, right now. If you don't have the money, just push the production to another time. Having the finances to shoot a project is a very important thing. And then sometimes it's hard because let's say you can have a project and you want to shoot it, and then you know that you are just being hindered so much. Like there are so many things that are hindering you and you just cannot be able to shoot it, right? So if you can't scale it down, I would say push the project to another day, another date, and then just slowly, save some money. And then when you get to the point where you know that, okay, cool, you can be able to get the project done, and then you shoot it and then you make it work, right? So this is just my small breakdown on how I was able to come up with the finances, or how I was able to position this project in such a way that I am now at a point in my life, or at a point in time where I'm like, okay, cool, I can be able to get this project done and shoot it and get it going. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm just gonna bring you guys a lot of videos about this big project that I'm currently working on. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.